today we are going to do a little grocery haul, and I start each Saturday by hitting up the farmers market. I have about like 15 minutes left before they close and I'm walking to it, so let's hope that they're there. Sorry. We're gonna get some green beans, some cucumbers, and then after this we're gonna head to one grocery store to pick up some other produce, and then after that I'm gonna head to Target and get the rest of everything I need. So let's go. Some cucumbers, and then I think that's it. You don't have any more green beans left?
I have only the color.
Oh yeah, let's get those.
You like it?
Yeah, let's get these. Okay, so we're gonna head to the local grocery store and then we'll head to Target after that. And it's such a beautiful day. I love these Saturday mornings. I'm so blessed to be able to just get my sunlight in, get some walking in, get some movement. It's been such a beautiful place. Like, it's a dream to be able to walk and see the beauty of the neighborhood. So let's go. I usually just take Uber everywhere, and I didn't realize that I live so close to Walmart, and I never go to Walmart. The only thing I really get there is a few spices and my deodorant, which I'm running out of. And so I'm so excited. I didn't realize it was this close. So we're gonna head to Walmart and pick it up, because if you order it on Amazon, it's like 3 times the price, which is insane. And also I really love this deodorant because it's a spray deodorant. It's all natural. I feel like it's one of the only ones that work. And for me, having sensitive skin, it makes it really difficult to find deodorant that doesn't leave burns, it doesn't leave red marks, that doesn't, you know, isn't all that bad stuff. So I'm so excited. I'm getting my deodorant today. And I think everyone else will be excited too, that I don't stink. I'm so glad I came because it's the last one. But for some reason, it's priced $1.50 more than the other ones, probably because it smells the best. But it's this Curie brand. I'm obsessed with them. They also have the sticks if you aren't a fan of the spray. But I hear the sticks kind of leave residue on your shirt sometimes, so that's why I really like the spray. I also like the coconut nectar one, but warm vanilla is my favorite. So I'm so excited I found it. Yay! So I just got to Target, and the first thing I'm gonna get is my gluten-free bread because they always sell out of it, and I saw that there's only 4 left, so I gotta get that. I love it for breakfast. I'm gonna make some pumpkin French toast, which is amazing, and I'll share the recipe on that. So let's try to find it. I was looking all throughout grocery and I couldn't find it, and luckily I asked someone because they keep it next to customer service, I guess because it's like a big hype product, I don't know, but I'm so glad I asked because I would have never found this. So yay! Oh my god, thank god I found it. 2 left. So whenever you're starting to change your diet, dealing with autoimmune disease, one of the first things I always recommend is looking at your drink choices and how you can reduce sugar in those. So for me, I usually just stick to drinking water and tea, but I do, because I get bored, like everybody else, I do like to buy juices from time to time, but I always buy like 100% all natural juice. And I really love using this one, and I'll mix it within my sparkling water. It is the cranberry pomegranate blend. You can always just get like cranberry, but I like getting this one particularly because it helps with women's like issues down there. So like candida, yeast, if you're struggling with UTIs, this is very helpful. Like, you just need a splash of it and you're pretty good. And you only want to do a splash of it at a time because you don't want it like elevating your blood sugar. And also, I know like whenever we are struggling with autoimmune disease, we are struggling to get in movement, and so we might not be burning as many calories as we like. So that's just another reason why we shouldn't be getting excess calories through juices and through other like just junk food that you really don't need. So I really love that one, the pomegranate cranberry. If you're looking to buy some more juices to add to like your little routine, I also would suggest this one, which is the tart cherry juice, and this is really good to have right before sleep. This like really popular drink called the Sleepy Girl Cocktail. So you mix that with some magnesium powder, and you can either like mix it with sparkling water, and that helps you actually relax and get better sleep. So that's another one. I also will get like just if you have kids at your house, like get the organic all natural apple juice and look for ones that have minimal ingredients, minimal additives. It's just like unnecessary, and yes, you might pay a little bit more, but it just helps overall with your overall health. Like, we don't want those extra sugars. It's just going to cause inflammation. So that's what I get for my drinks, and then I'm going to grab some sparkling water as well. So when it comes to the sparkling waters, I only get these, the plain ones, and I normally don't like to get the canned ones because you can kind of taste the aluminum in there, and especially if they're sitting in the heat, it can get that metal, and that's like a big thing, is we want to reduce as many metals in our diet. So I mean, plastic is not that much better. I would get glass, but whenever it comes to my budget, and again, shop like towards your budget. But I say that to say is like, you want to not get like the bubbly, the LaCroix, the Waterloo, the Poppy. I know those sound like they're health drinks, but again, when you're struggling with autoimmune disease, you're usually struggling with gut issues, and you want to minimize the amount of ingredient things that could like be causing you to have symptoms. So if we're drinking, or we're having a meal and then we're drinking like the Waterloo cranberry on top of it, or peaches and raspberry, we don't know if it is the food that's causing you like symptoms afterward, or is it the drink. And just sticking to just sparkling water is the best way to have a better understanding of that. And then of course adding your own little fruit juice on the side. And so that's just my recommendation. I know a lot of people love Poppy, but not a fan. So I always get asked what kind of tea I get, and I personally love this one. It's a Tazo organic chai. I just love the cinnamon flavors in it, and it's just like rich enough to wake me up, and it kind of gives me that black coffee type of feel. If you are new to teas and you were drinking like black coffee all the time, I would definitely recommend this one, the English breakfast tea. If they don't have chai, I'll usually go with this because it still has that rich flavor to it. And again, it still has a good enough caffeine boost to make the switch. You might have to drink two. Again, I really try to avoid coffee because coffee can, especially whenever it's packaged, if it's hot when it's packaged and it's sitting in a package, then it's gonna get mold, and a lot of people who struggle with autoimmune disease also struggle with mold. So that's why I always recommend just making the switch to tea, and then if you want to later on, you can try to incorporate it back into your diet. But also, it's just less caffeine as you go about your day, and it's going to help with you getting better sleep and help your circadian rhythm come down. And it's like evening time, right? So I'm going to get the organic chai today. So I know that it's so hard to give up your sweet treats along your journey. So whenever it comes to baking, I try to buy better alternatives for baking. So I will always get these, the Enjoy Life chocolate chips, or the Ghirardelli kind. There's one that's made with coconut sugar. It's like a light blue bag, but they don't have it at my Target. So I'll get the Enjoy Life ones. What I love about these is that they are free from 14 allergens. Wheat, peanuts, tree nuts, dairy, casein, soy, eggs, sesame, mustard, all these other ones. So this is really great to add into your diet, again, if you're looking for a sweet treat. And then when it comes to cooking oils, I will always get like the coconut cooking oil instead of the palm or like Crisco shortening oils, because it's just so much better for you. If you have a coconut allergy, you could do avocado oil or olive oil. You might taste the difference. Like the coconut is definitely better for baking because it has that like more sweeter flavor, but I would stay away from the canola oils, the palm oils, shortenings, butters, because especially if you're on your dairy-free diet, then the butter could like irritate you as well. So let's grab some coconut oil. I love coconut oil. I like using it as a lotion. I also use it as a waterproof or just regular makeup remover. It helps get off my waterproof mascara. I use it as a shaving cream, and I also use it for oil pulling. So I'll do it first thing in the morning. I'll put a little bit in my mouth, swish it around, and then I'll tongue scrape afterwards because it helps kill the bad bacteria. So there's so many uses for coconut oil. I always have it in my fridge, and I definitely recommend for if you are starting your autoimmune journey to add this into your diet. So for my gluten-free girlies, I know that this Banza pasta is one of the most popular ones to go for, but if you're struggling with autoimmune disease and you're trying to follow the AIP diet or just trying to make some healthier switches, I wouldn't recommend this one because it is a legume and it can actually cause gut irritation. Where I was actually switched to something like this one. They also have the Good and Gather brand, which has ingredients that I would definitely recommend over that one. It is going to be a corn and rice blend, and also this one holds up more like regular pasta, so your family can enjoy it as well. Whereas like the Banza pasta or Banza, it like just gets really mushy and it has like a weird texture, so it's like weird to just eat. But I would definitely get this one. This is actually going to be the first time I tried this brand. I actually would always get the Good and Gather one because it holds up the best, but they don't have it at my location, so we're gonna try this one. So during the AIP diet, it does ask you to exclude nuts at a certain stage, and I always suggest getting the sunflower seed butter. If you haven't had it in a long time or you haven't had it at all and you're so used to having peanut butter, it is going to taste a little different. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but I actually love this one for baking because it's not as strong of a flavor as you would find with like peanut butter. If you make peanut butter banana bread, it just overpowers the banana flavor as well, whereas this one has a more subtle flavor. So I would definitely recommend this one. And then I'd also avoid getting ones with added sugar. You're going to be looking for all natural. So if you aren't ready to make the switch to like a sunflower seed butter, you can get something like this one. It's just a Jif all natural crunchy brand, or they have the cream one, and it's just salt, molasses, has palm oil. Maybe not this one. I thought this would be a good one to switch, but you can't trust Jif. They have some other brands, even the Justine's brand that is really popular that they sell like at Whole Foods and everything. That one actually has added cane sugar, so again, not my favorite recommendation. It has palm oil, that's what it is, it has palm oil. So I would just stick to the one that I buy, honestly. So let me see if there's another one. My phone's about to die, but I want to give you guys a good switch. Let's see. Yep, this one still has sugar in it. Everything has sugar. We wonder why diabetes is on the rise. This is why. Yeah, I would just stick to mine, honestly. Okay, so let's buy some almond milk. And here's my thing about almond milk. I really despise a lot of the brands out there because they add so many ingredients that are unnecessary. Like the Silk brand, the one that's blue with the white lettering, it's not my favorite because again, they have like xanthan gum, natural flavors, added ingredients. So I like to get this one, the Khalifa Farms. I'll show you guys. This one, it's made with 4 ingredients. It's just almonds, water, salt, and vanilla. They have a plain one if you don't want the vanilla, but I like using this one for my chai lattes. But the other brands out there have so many extra ingredients that are unnecessary. Xanthan gum causes so much gut irritation. So if you're struggling, if you're on this like gluten-free, dairy-free diet and you're still struggling, it's probably the products that you're using. And you're gonna have to make more switches, unfortunately, but it just gets you to read the labels and have a better understanding of your food. And you wanna choose foods that are most like natural, in their most natural state. I mean, that's how we should be eating anyways. So let's get this one. I'm gonna actually finish here recording and then we'll finish up at home because my phone's about to die and I need to order an Uber home. So I'll see you guys there. So now that we're back, let's do a full grocery haul. So we'll start off with the frozen goods. So of course, I always get a few bags of the frozen berries. I love this blend. Cherries are so good frozen. Even better. And then I'll get a little fruit blend as well, like a tropical blend. And you can mix in like a banana with this, or you can mix it in with like almond milk. I like to use water as a base just to save on calories, but these are always like my go-to. And then this week I got some frozen pineapples so I can make some pineapple salsa and some pineapple chicken. So I always get some frozen fruit. I love getting them from Target. It's always good. And then I got some free range chicken. So whenever I'm picking out my chicken, I always look for no antibiotics added, no hormones added, and 100% vegetarian fed. And I really like Foster Farms. They do no wrong. They're always so good. And then what I'll do with those is I will open them up and then meal prep them with different spices and then stick them in the freezer. So throughout the week, it makes eating really easy. I just pull one out. And this is, again, how I plan my meals ahead of time. Like you say, like I'm saying, like I already know what I'm going to eat with the pineapple. I already know what I'm going to do with the chicken. So there's no hesitation when it comes to the meals that I'm eating. And it really helps with knowing ingredients are going to be causing symptoms if they do arise. So those are the frozen goods. And then we'll stick to the greens. Of course, I always get my Earthbound Farms organic greens. I love them. They come in the power greens, spring green mix, the arugula. I really like the power greens just as it's like a nice simple flavor, but it's always so fresh and so good. Then at the farmer's market, of course, I got my cilantro, my cucumbers, and I'll snack on these or I'll add them to like my Asian dishes. And then I get green beans because I always roast green beans. They're so good and so easy to make. And then, of course, at the grocery store, I got my carrots. And then, oh, she also threw in a tomato. She's like, here, so you can make some salsa. So I was like, perfect. So I'm doing the pineapple salsa. And then I got some organic apples and, of course, an onion. And then what I'll also do is later on in the week, I'm going to get a few more things to make a soup. So I got some veggie broth for that. And then I got some Hawaiian sea salt, which y'all saw. And I really like this one because it has more minerals than the regular salt. And I'm very lucky to be able to get that here on island. And then I get, again, the pomegranate cranberry juice. I got the chocolate chips. And then I get, of course, my Soli. You guys always see me posting about them because they're so good. They're all natural, no additives, and they're perfect for whenever like you want some fruit. And I really like those. And then, of course, I got my almond milk. Did I already say chai tea? I got my chai tea, which y'all saw at the store, my bread. And then I know this is going to be a hot take, but I love my popcorners. And I know you're thinking they have sunflower oil, Christine. Why do you get these? And so here's the deal. I struggle with gut issues from time to time, especially if I eat something wrong, eat something too spicy. Whenever I'm going to like a church outing and they have food, sometimes it leaves my stomach upset. And these popcorners are like what you would call like a saltine cracker to me. So whenever you would get sick growing up and your mom would make you soup or like your stomach was upset, there's like, okay, you eat crackers, bread, and bananas. So that, because I'm gluten-free, that settles my stomach the same way one of those saltine crackers would. So that's why I always have them on hand because it does that for me and I just love them. And I know they're acquired taste. They're not like regular chips. It's more like these rice cakes. And again, I have, excuse me, I have kind of a love-hate relationship with rice cakes because they are very bland. But again, you can always top them, make them like fun. As you guys always see, I always top them with like some almond butter or some sunflower seed butter, put some bananas or apples or whatever it may be. You could top it with avocado, put some turkey or some chicken on there. It's a perfect little snack for the gluten-free girls. And again, if you are like, I'm always trying to eat healthy and keep my calories like in my range so I can keep my weight in my range because it helps just with like overall inflammation, helps my joints, my muscles. And so for me, these are a go-to because they are low in calorie and you can make so many snacks out of them. And so that's pretty much what I got. I got a few other things like you guys saw, the Curie deodorant. I got some coconut oil. I got some pepper and some white vinegar to clean some things and some baking soda as well. And I mean, I didn't get much, I would say. I mean, I got a lot, but I, of course, go throughout the week and buy more veggies. I just didn't buy much because I was going to be walking today to do my grocery shopping. But yeah, this is pretty much what I normally get in a week when it comes to like the Target haul. And of course, I'll link below my grocery list that you can actually shop through Target. I always recommend, especially if you're struggling with your autoimmune disease and joint fatigue and overall fatigue and brain fog, like get the online membership for Target or get online delivery. It is so helpful. It's like $10 a month. And I've used it so many times whenever I'm just too exhausted or I don't even just want to go to the store. The shoppers are always great and it's just so helpful. So you can go to the list that I have below, create a Target account, and then just get everything that I get because it's all great stuff for you. And it just makes your life so much easier. So yeah, that's my Target haul. I got a few other things like toothpicks and paper towels. Today I spent about, with the deodorant as well, I spent about 160. But again, I live in a very high ticket state or high price state, I guess, whatever you want to call it. And we call it the paradise tax. So it's not cheap where I live. So hopefully your bill is going to be at least $50 cheaper. But if not, it's honestly, I'd rather spend my money on food than on medications. That's what it comes down to. I was spending about $400 a day with, or a month with insurance on my medications. And I just would rather spend it on food because I love food and not medication. So that's my haul today, guys. I love you so much. Thanks for watching and wishing you all the health and happiness. Bye.